Hello, in this video I'll show you how you can add the text, the image and the object in your scene. Let's start from text. Click on plus, choose text and write text right here. You can change pivot point. Pivot point used for scale. You can scale the object, and if we change the pivot, you can see how work the scale. So also you can change the font, the color, stroke, alignment from left, center, right, justify. And also you can add the modification like any object in your scene. For example, you can add the link. This is link maybe for any website. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram and others. Now let's add the image in your scene. Click Add Object, choose Image and Add Assets, Image. Choose your image. Matter thing, you must be sure your image ratio is 1:1 and click on Insert. You can scale it from here, but for video and image you can change width and height. So let's talk about the object, how you can add the object inside your scene in 8XR. Imagine you create the object inside Blender. You must export it in GLTF format. But before, you must be sure that you have PBR format texture. If you use prepared texture or texture inside Substance Painter, it's alright. You can use it. But if you use Blender and procedural textures, you must bake it. So you bake it like base color, metallic roughness, transmission if you have the transmissions materials, and emission. So you can see many videos on YouTube on this subject, how you can bake. I show you the basic thing. So you just create image texture, then you name what you want. There's resolution. You can use it 1K, 2K or 4K. The 8XR use from 1K to 8K. It's better 3 variants. Alpha is used for transparent materials. 32-bit float uses for normal map baking. Tiled if you have the tiny pieces and you want it tile. So I use not alpha, not normal and not tile. So this is box unchecked. Okay. Be sure that image texture is clicking. So you go to render cycles. If you have Eevee, you must change it on cycles. Samples. On default, you have about 4,000 samples, so you can just set on 32 for viewport and 64 for render. It's acceptable meaning. So you must click on bake, choose bake type is diffuse. If you want to bake the normal, you choose normal. If you want to bake the roughness, you choose roughness. As you can see, you can't see the metal. So what we're gonna do in this, you must node chain, metallic node chain with emit and bake the emit. So, but I do the basic thing. I bake only diffuse. So you be sure choose the texture image. In bake type you use diffuse, uncheck direct and indirect contributions, and that's it. You can just click on bake. So as you can see, the first time I don't bake because I don't check this object. So now if we unlink these nodes and link this, as you can see, I have this texture, but it is not procedural, it's baked base color. So after that you can export for GLTF format. You can choose the settings, and after that you can save the presets. I use my own preset standard no anim. It's my it is my preset, so it is GLTF format, the first. And when you export in GLTF, you must check this checkbox, because if you export a lot, this with this checkbox, the Blender remember the settings of export GLTF, and you settings one time, and the next time of export you used saved operator presets with your settings. So if you have many objects but on the scene in Blender, you want the export only one, you check this box, select object. If you want to export only visible objects, you can check this. Renderable objects, you can setting here. So if you have many objects and you set the render visible on these objects, you can check this, and many type. I use only this because it's very useful and practice. Transform Y up, it's checked because 8XR have Y up access. Inside data mesh, apply modifier, I don't use this checkbox because I prefer apply modifiers before export. So UV prefer use, because if I use the materials inside 8XR, I must be sure that my object have the UV. So I check this. I checked normal, and vertex color, I think it's unbox, because it's never mind in this case. So material set export, and this is unchecked because we have our texture bake inside Blender. So not use compression, because in my experience I don't see this very useful thing, and it's not help me with object in scene, so I don't trust these settings. So animation, if you have not animation, you unchecked it, and this it. You can save these presets and export. Now go to the 8XR, add object model, add asset model, and choose our model. Insert, and you can see our model is completely import in the right way with our textures. So if you want to use it with like something with a rigid body, and you can stand on this type of object, you just add modification is a rigid body, and that's it. So we're gonna check it. So up, and we not fall. I think that's it. It's a basic thing with adding the sum of object in your scene. It's like portals, objects, video, image, text. So I think I hope you enjoy, and I hope it is very helpful for you. So good luck and goodbye.